Hello there, Kenobi. Right, today I'm going to talk about a couple of things. The first one, going back to the live stream on Wednesday, it has emerged that one of the Black Series figures I think has become like a big hit, and it's the Commander Kreel, I think you pronounce it that way, K-R-E-E-L, from the publishing comic line. It's got like this fantastic like package. It's a box with the Velcro, you know. Those ones I thought last year were like, I thought some of them were pretty good. I like Darth Maul very, very, very much. That was an awesome figure and an awesome box. And I really liked, for this particular release, there was the image of Princess Leia and Commander Kreel. Those two I think were really, really good. And just from kind of gauging the you know, people's feedback and opinion on social media over the last 3 or 4 days, it seems like there's some excitement generated by this new figure, Commander Kreel. And I didn't know who he was, but I was like, wait, I think I've seen that image somewhere before. And then I googled, oh yeah, he's from the comic book called Imperial, I can't remember the name of it now, it's called Imperial Pride. And you've got a team of like, they're kind of like the Bad Batch. They all have like, they're like special ops characters, and one of them's Commander Kreel. He's the leader, and they're called Task Force 99. So there's a lot of pictures on Google, and I'm like, wow, that looks really cool. You know, you see this like really butch stormtrooper with a lightsaber, and he's walking, looking very menacing, and then behind him are like a bunch of like 3 or 4 other stormtroopers. I think one of them's got like a hood, another one's got like a bunch of knives on his chest, and another one's got this like massive cannon blaster weapon. And yeah, of course, it reminds you a lot of, you know, the Bad Batch, right? So I actually made a comment on my channel yesterday about, like, where did this idea come from? Do you think it came from, I mean, did Dave Filoni basically get the idea for Clone Force 99 from Task Force 99, and my followers were very quick to say that actually no, Dave Filoni's idea for the Bad Batch characters came from I think the stories about the Republic Commandos. So that is nothing to do with Commander Kreel. But I find that now I'm really curious about this figure, and I want to learn more. And I like that it's, okay, it's not like a totally new mold, but it does seem to be a retooled, you know, figure. He's got like some nice, he's got like some straps on the arms with holsters, and on the thigh as well. Obviously he's got the lightsaber and a new blaster, and that nice pauldron with the Galactic Empire symbol on it. And the box art just blew me away. I was like, wow, that's freaking, I want that. Because I used to be an inbox collector, so this is a funny thing that I do, right? Like the last part of the figure that I look at is the figure itself, because I'm so used to, oh my god, look at that card back, look at the graphics on it, and I touch it and turn it upside down and go, and I haven't even looked inside the bubble yet. I mean, that's how bad I was as an inbox collector. I just like, I don't care what's in the box, I don't care what's in the bubble, I just want it. And then, I don't know, for all I know, it could be like Mickey Mouse or He-Man in there, and I'll still buy it. Just want the packaging. I'm just such a sucker for packaging. But so I think that this one will go down really, 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 really well with inbox collectors, and also people who collect out of the box as well. And people are kind of hinting that, hey, could we have some more of Task Force 99? How about the other characters? Would that be easy or hard to make? So Hasbro on Wednesday, I think, did a good job with that figure. That was the one that was like the surprise, and people were like, oh, okay, yeah, I like that. I don't always want to do videos immediately after the Hasbro livestream, because I feel that you've got to let the information to settle first and give it 3 or 4 days, and just kind of chat with the action figure community on Facebook and Instagram and on YouTube, and just kind of figure out, like, where do we all stand on this before I, say something. So yeah, really impressed with that one. And I just wanted to say that I had a meeting with like one of my suppliers in Taiwan, and kind of got to understand the situation a bit more from a business perspective behind the scenes. And you know, on the one hand, it's kind of depressing, and on the other hand, I feel, but you know, if there's a problem, then it's a chance for you to do something and fix it. So that's always my mindset is always like, I just want to fix and solve the problem. So basically what's happened here is I think Hasbro just want one distributor. You know, they will basically say, hey, I give you everything, you give me, you know, $1 billion, and then you are in charge of just distributing every Hasbro product we have inside of Taiwan, right? But then that hasn't worked very well, because again, you have to separate your lines. You know, you've got your kiddies, your children's toys, your board games and Play-Doh and stuff, and that should be sold to these guys over here. And then, like, you've got very different merchandise, very, very, very different. Your adult collectible action figures, collectibles. And Hasbro, over the last decade, has become very much involved in this with their, you know, Marvel Legends and G.I. Joe and all the Star Wars, Black Series and TVC. I mean, these are all specifically aimed at adult collectors, okay? So let's not kid ourselves anymore about the age groups. So when you distribute them, they've got to be separate lines. Otherwise, it's going to be chaos. So Taiwan's a small island, you know, it's very, very small. But in terms of population, we still have just as many people as in Australia or Canada. There's like 25 million or so people here. There's a big market, you know, and people really love all the new media, the Netflix, you know, Disney Plus, all that stuff, and they're watching all the new shows. Right now, the younger people are going crazy for Moon Knight, right? And we're getting to see some images of Hasbro's Marvel figure for this character, and people are like, cool, I want that. So there's a massive market here, and you cannot just have one distributor take care of like that. It's too big. It's too big of a project. The other thing is, like, there's an overemphasis on money because, you know, money is important. Like, obviously Hasbro will say, like, everybody sits down at the table and it's like whoever throws the largest stack of cash on the table, it's like, you win, you get to be the distributor, and you can now... And they're like, what did I just sign up for? You know, like, they don't, like, a lot of these people, just because they have a lot of money or you have the most money and you throw that down on the table, it doesn't mean that you are the right people, the right person for the job. You know, Hasbro, I don't think they really took that into consideration, especially here in Taiwan. You need to be asking questions like, does this distributor really understand the market in Taiwan? You know, all the different nuances about how, you know, because there's subcultures here, right? Different groups who collect different items, and they're not all the same, and people have different spending habits and collecting habits. Do you understand that? Do the retailers understand that? You know, and so yeah, this is really important. You should be asking these questions. And also, like, how big is the market in Taiwan? And obviously you want that to grow. You know, in the future you want that to grow. You don't want it to... At the moment, I just feel like everything is shrinking. You know, Hasbro Taiwan, it's getting harder and harder to order the figures every year, and then when you order, even those ones all get cut. You know, it's like everything's scaling down. I'm kind of frightened that Taiwan Hasbro will just pack up suitcase and run away, and then we're left with nothing, and we have to... Everybody in Taiwan has to beg Hong Kong, can we please have some parallel import? We need figures. It's getting kind of desperate. So yeah, that needs to be solved, and I'm trying my best to work with, you know, the local Taiwanese retailers here, because they are absolutely fantastic. And another thing is, like, the English in Taiwan, we are not like Singapore or Hong Kong, which are very international, and they know that business is they use English as their business tongue, right? Which is right, very international. But in Taiwan, people are not used to that, and they kind of feel uncomfortable using English, to be honest. Because, I mean, I used to be a teacher for 15, 20 years, so I know that, yeah, Taiwanese people are, like, kind of really shy. They learn English, but then don't really know how to apply that in a social setting. It's very, you know, there's lots of tests, and they learn it at school. There's lots of quantity, you know, they're spoon-fed. There's lots of English that's, like, shoved down their throat every day. But then when you know, just because you can pass a test and get a high score, that doesn't mean you're able to use English to form relationships and use it as a communication tool to run a business and to, you know, blah blah blah. So that's really something that needs to change in Taiwan. I can definitely help with that because I'm bilingual. I speak Chinese Mandarin and I speak English, and I've got good rapport with the local people here. So hopefully we can, you know, form our own group here of retailers and get a little bit more influence, you know, because we don't want Hasbro to suffer. We don't want, you know, the market of the collectors to suffer. We want to be able to get these action figures, you know, and just do the job properly. So anyway, I think that just keep going and just find the right people for the job, and yeah, it will be good. I am going to do another video, a posing video, but I've got these two figures that I've had on my shelf for a long time and I haven't opened them. So the first one was the Q90, the droid from the episode, was it season 1, The Prisoner? I really like this guy, and I always wanted to, I want to take him out, but I just got, you know, too busy with other stuff. And then the other guy is, oh yeah, it's the Echo from the Bad Batch, right? This one, who, I don't know if you remember, I was complaining because we didn't have enough, and then I wanted one for myself, but I couldn't because I always put my customers first. They are my priority. But luckily one of my friends in Singapore sent me this one, thank you very much. So I'm able to, I'm going to take him out and probably put him next to, you know, Wrecker, Crosshair, Hunter, don't have Omega. That's the only one that I'm missing right now. Hopefully I'll be able to pick her up because I do like the character. I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh God, I don't really want Omega. I think I'll skip that one, pass. I don't know, like I think she's growing on me. Like the first 5 or 6 episodes, I was like, ugh, I couldn't get used to it. It was kind of weird, but then now I'm okay with Omega. So, and I'm really looking forward to season 2 is coming up. I don't know when it's coming up. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comment section. Is it supposed to be released in the summer of this year, 2022? I'm not sure. So, okay, don't forget to comment in the comment section below. I always like try my best to reply to every single person, and it's very important that you guys, you know, we have this dialogue and we keep talking, because we really, as collectors, you know, you guys, we want to create bridges, you know, from, you know, the collectors to the retailers, from the retailers to the wholesalers, from wholesalers through to Hasbro. We need to have strong links and good communication the whole way through, right? Okay guys, I will see you again. I'll do another posing video. Oh, I just did a really stupid trench run video because I was on the subway train and I was playing with my action figure, and then everybody started looking at me thinking I was like a bit of a weirdo, and I was like, well, I gotta do something to pass the time away. So I whipped my camera out and then stood at the front of the train and I was like, well, this is just like the Death Star. And I'm Luke in my X-Wing. I think I'm going to drop a couple... you just go watch my video. It's like 60 seconds. I think I'm going to try and do one every couple of weeks and then just put some like little green screen special effects in there. And I want other people to make them as well. Like if you live in Chicago and you go on the L train, or you live in you know, Hong Kong, and you like, oh yeah, well, you know, when we go on the underground we can see out the back of the train. I want you to do your own little... trench run X-Wing video. I think that will be quite funny. Alright guys, this is indeed the way. Goodbye.